live.
Did you shut your phone off? Because you always yell at me when I don't shut my phone off.
My phone is on silent.
Is that because that's what the cool kids do?
That's just what I do. I actually put it on sleep.
I have to hear mine ring because I don't always feel it vibrate in my butt cheeks.
Oh, I never have it on volume of any sorts. It's always vibrate, which I think I've been tuned now to feel and hear.
I don't
vibrations.
feel the vibration. Maybe the
It's not a song.
Yes. Maybe the nerves in my butt cheeks are dead.
Wow, just like your heart.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the What Off Podcast. I'm John Urban.
My name is Eric Chelland.
And however you found us, thank you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, we're in Madison, Wisconsin.
Right.
The heartland of the Midwest.
Wisco Town. I just made that up.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Flyover land, as some people say.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is going to be a little Madison-centric.
Right.
Radio legend Kitty Dunn.
Legendary.
Yeah, she worked at 105.5 Triple M, which is a great Madison radio station.
Easily one of my favorites, if not the top favorite radio station.
Yes.
In this here Madison land.
And even though this is a podcast, you should still support local radio.
Absolutely.
Kathleen Dunn, better known as Kitty Dunn, 33 years at 105.5 Triple M. The first 5 with
you.
With me, 5.5 technically, and then the next 26 with the great Jonathan Sutton, still doing mornings at 105.5 Triple M.
Yes.
And she really should be in the Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame, which we also and she really should be in the Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame, which we will also discuss in this episode.
Yeah, we should make that happen.
Yeah. Do you know anyone?
I know nobody.
Okay.
Well, maybe.
You know who I know?
Maybe I do.
I know Mr. Google.
Dr. Google.
So we'll Google that information and we should nominate her.
Can we do that?
I think.
Can laymen like us do that?
Well, I worked in broadcasting for 17 years.
Right, and I've listened to radio.
So you're highly qualified.
I love it. All right, we'll do that. That's on our agenda.
All right. You know what we also need to do?
Thank some people.
Thank our sponsor. Yeah. Big Dreamers United, bringing you the One Up Podcast. Big Dreamers United is a nonprofit that was created to help other nonprofits with their creative communication needs. If you want to learn more or you're a nonprofit that needs help, reach out through the internet. The website is, I know
Through the internet, is it?
Yeah. You reach out and go to bigdreamersunited.org.
That's bigdreamersunited.org.
I think if you go to .com, it'll take you there too.
Oh.
Yeah. Because they were smart and they got both. They got the com.
I like how you
org.
say they.
What?
You're part of that.
But
You're like, they're so smart.
You're breaking the fourth wall.
In fact, they're geniuses.
So before we start this, before we hit tape or roll play, whatever the kids.
I believe, yes.
Yeah.
It's none of those things. Before we roll, hit tape.
Before we go into the episode.
Right.
We should tell people why Kitty did this podcast.
Why did she do this podcast?
It was
John?
100% therapy. Yeah. She got to get out all that 26 years ago of angst towards me. So
there was some tension in the room.
She saved some money by not going to therapy and just doing it right here on the podcast.
And now you all get to hear it.
Yeah. And now we're all friends.
All of us.
All right. Hit roll, play, tape.
Rolling. Oh, I already used rolling once. Can I do it again?
Yeah.
Rolling.
Before we get started,
yes.
While we're talking with Kitty Dunn, when she gets here,
yes.
Oh, you're here.
She's here.
Oh, I was going to say, don't mention fighting.
Don't mention fighting.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because.
You don't want to talk about the fighting?
Are you giving me a wink?
I'm giving
that
you.
I should mention.
No. I was saying we probably shouldn't.
But I got sent to anger management class because of a fight with you.
We'll talk about that later.
It's pretty funny.
We'll talk about it later. First, you know what I want to talk about first? Let's go way back in time in the Kitty Dunn machine to when Kitty Dunn was just a little Kitty Dunn.
Oh boy.
What's your real name?
Kathleen.
Kathleen. What'd your mom call you?
Kitty.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone call you?
Unless she was really mad. Yeah.
What's your middle name?
This sounds like, you want my social security
I
number
do.
too?
Eventually.
It starts with a 3.
Oh, your middle name starts with a 3? What?
Kitty the third.
Kathleen 3 Dunn? Mm-hmm. Kathleen 3 Dunn! You get in here right now!
No, Jean.
Kathleen Jean!
Yeah.
You get in here right now! Was that your mom? Did it sound like your mom?
It sounded a little like my dad.
Wow.
Let's go back to when you're young.
Okay.
One of the things we focus on in this podcast is talking about the origins of creativity. Like, how did you know when you were younger that you wanted to be creative?
Well, I drew all the time.
Yeah.
There are pictures of me drawing when I was about 2 years old. I was already like drawing pictures, and I love to draw.
Are there drawings of you drawing?
No.
Whoa.
I don't think so, unless I drew one of myself.
Wow.
I don't know if I have any early self-portraits that I've saved.
So how did drawing come to you? You just wanted to do it?
I just did. And I think a lot of times I actually had like a cast on my leg or something. I had some reason why I couldn't run around.
Okay.
And before I was old enough to read, when I couldn't get my brothers or sister or parents to read to me, I could entertain myself by drawing.
Yeah.
So I did.
What inspired you? Like, did you see drawings that, I want to do this?
No, I saw crayons and I saw paper, and
You
I
just
thought
did
I
it.
should draw something here. Yeah.
Were you a performer at a young age? Did you want to entertain the masses?
I would sing for my mom,
Okay.
and she would say things like, "That was a good note." So singing was not going to be my deal.
Right. What did you want to do when you were
When
little?
I was little,
Yeah.
I wanted to be an actress.
Okay. There's the performer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an actress, and then eventually writer. And my ideal thing that I wanted to be when I was like in junior high school, I thought I was going to write for soap operas.
Wow.
I thought that would be really fun.
Did you watch them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my mom.
Right. That would be difficult writing.
No, it wouldn't.
I know that's what I'm saying. All right. So then out of high school into college
I
somewhere.
actually started in radio in high school.
Really?
Yes. Fantastically amazing.
In Stevens Point?
Yeah, I took a class in radio and TV.
Okay.
It was an English class. And a guy from a local radio station came in and said, "We're looking for a part-time news reporter." And he was, I don't know, he probably was just interested in meeting young girls. I don't know. But anyway, they hired me at age 16 to go cover things like school board and city council and
So creepy, but helpful.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the job because I had a year and a half of experience babysitting and I had access to a car.
Right.
That's what I wrote in my cover letter.
And I can draw.
That didn't really come into play.
All right. So then what station was that?
That was WFHR in Wisconsin Rapids.
How long were you there?
About a year and a half. And then they decided people in Wisconsin Rapids didn't care about Stevens Point news whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. I hated that moment.
Yeah. So they let me go on the phone. They just called me up and said, "Sorry, you're done."
Bye-bye.
And then I started volunteering at the college radio station. And then I got a part-time job at WSPT in Stevens Point doing news. So it was all news and writing and serious, boring stuff.
So have you ever had a job outside of radio?
I worked at the state capitol for a year and a half in politics.
Okay.
And that is something that we probably shouldn't go into too much detail
You don't want to talk
about.
about politics?
It's very secret.
Oh.
What I was doing there.
What were you doing?
I worked for the Assembly Democratic Caucus, and about 10 years after I was no longer there, it was deemed illegal, and certain people were arrested, and a lot of my former coworkers had to have lawyers. Yeah.
Could you go to jail?
Not at this point, because I believe there's a statute of limitations on the things that I did.
I want to know more now.
Why didn't we know about this ahead of time? This is a whole different interview.
The pre-interview
Yeah.
sucked because you didn't bring that up
No,
in the
I didn't.
pre-interview.
You didn't ask.
You're right. I guess I should have. Have
And
you
then
what else have you done illegally?
Well, that came to an end shortly after I said, "If I go down, you all go down." Wow. And then I got back into radio at Triple M.
yeah.
You thought you'd go into hiding by being public on the radio.
Well, I just was like, this is not for me. And they agreed.
All right. So for those of you that are listening outside of the Madison, Wisconsin area, which I find hard to believe, Kitty did radio at 105.5 Triple M in Madison, Wisconsin for
33 and a third years.
33. What year did you start?
92.
Okay.
And it was August of last year of 2025 when that came to an end.
Okay.
And I retired.
Yep. And so for those of you outside the area, she's a big deal in Madison, Wisconsin. You're a big deal. Yeah. You're a radio fixture. You're an icon. You're a legend.
I think just in terms of longevity, I'll go along with that.
Okay. You really should be in the, I was going to say Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but
Yes, I
you should
agree.
be in the
I get that campaign going now.
Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame. Maybe I'll nominate you.
Yeah.
We'll see how this podcast goes.
We'll look into the process.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
you're welcome.
But it doesn't come with a cash prize, so I'm really not all that interested.
No, but there's a dinner.
No.
All right. So to fill people in that might not know, that are not from here, you did news with John and Gordy at Triple M.
Well, first I started out doing afternoon news
Okay.
with, I'm trying to think, Fletcher Keys was on in the
Sure.
afternoon at that point. And in the morning I wrote commercials. And then in the afternoon I did news. And then I got switched to mornings for no additional money. And I wasn't happy. And I said, if I'm switching to morning drive, I should get more money. And the manager at that time said to me, you can hit Odana Road if you want more money.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Tough business.
It's getting better, though. It's getting so much better.
yeah, there were probably, I would say, just on Triple M at that time, on air, there were probably 12 to 15 people that worked on the air full-time and part-time.
How many people on the air now?
One.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some people that are on the air in Madison and in other cities, but
Right.
Jonathan is pretty much it.
Yeah. All right. So then what I'm eventually getting to is when you did mornings, John and Gordy were there. Uh-huh. They got fired.
Yeah.
I was doing part-time and they offered me the morning show and I started the morning show and you were doing news.
Correct.
What do you remember from the early days of that? Go ahead.
I remember
That's like
I
a
liked
leading
you.
question.
I had a crush on you for one day.
Whoa.
And then I got over it.
Yeah.
Same. Maybe 2 days.
Okay.
That's about my standard.
I remember that even though I didn't really particularly love working with John and Gordy, I was somehow hurt that they got let go. And so I would go watch they did a public access TV
Yeah.
show once a week.
Yep.
And you would watch it and then you would hear me. I was there in the audience, the studio audience. And he's like, I heard you laughing.
Really?
I heard you laughing in the background. And I was like, yeah, so? And I would stay out like partying with them until 12, 1 in the morning and then come in and work with you.
How long before you were over anger of me replacing them?
Probably a month or two.
Okay, that's not bad. And then in the early days of our show, and sorry, we're going to go down memory lane for just a little bit. In the early days of our show, you were just doing the news.
That was what they told me to just
Right.
stick to the news.
How did it become the 105.5 Triple M morning show with John and Kitty?
I wouldn't shut up.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is that was my same answer. I had the same
I
answer.
just kept talking.
You also wouldn't leave.
I wouldn't.
No.
No.
So you
Although
just-
for a long time I refused to buy my own headphones because I felt that we had to provide our own headphones. And so I would borrow Ralph Cohen's headphones, which
Yes.
were kind of glued together with duct tape.
Sure.
Because I thought the minute I bought my own headphones, I'd get let go.
Oh,
and
because
so
then you invested the money. And
then fine. What am I going to do with headphones
Listen
in
to
real
music?
life? Oh. Should we talk about the time I got fired and rehired in the same day?
You know what? This is your podcast. You can talk about whatever
It
you
is?
want. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
Awesome.
Kitty Dunn experience.
All right, this is before I started doing the show with you.
Okay.
And there was a morning in August where I was filling in on the morning show with some guy named after a tobacco company. What was
RJ Reynolds.
That's it. And I had got this note that I was supposed to meet with the owner of the station after I got off the air. And I was like, what is that about? And I
Yeah.
asked Ralph Cohen, who was a mainstay in Madison media for many years.
We
He
love
worked
Ralph.
on Z104. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And I said, what's this about? And he goes, I do not know the agenda.
Yeah. That's a pretty good Ralph.
And so I was freaked out and I got let go along with a whole bunch of other people that worked there, like maybe 5 other people. I couldn't believe it, but I talked my way back into the job. I said, you can't let me go. Here are all the things I do. And I wrote all these commercials and the owner's wife was in sales there. And I said, you talk to your wife and find out how many things she sold because of the commercials I wrote. And then before I had my box packed and was out the door, they came in and said, we'd like you to stay.
They realized how dumb they were
Yeah.
because you did a lot more than
they
knew.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, plus I work really cheap. That was another thing I said.
And I'll buy my own headphones.
I promise I'll buy some.
Eventually I will. But yeah, that was a kind of a crazy day. And then I worked there 33 more years.
So over the 33 years, you did mornings with me for 5.5 years.
Correct.
And then Jonathan for 25.
20,
How many?
20 yeah, 26, I think.
26. And this is a tough question. Ready?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Who'd you like more, me or Johnny? Come on.
It kind of depended on the day.
Yeah.
How about that for an
Yeah.
answer?
Will you ask me that question?
Who'd you like more, me or Johnny?
Well, only one of you actually put me on your show.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
He never got to be on
I never
my
got to be
little
on
TV
this
show.
little urban theater thing.
Why? Because were you like 15?
I think
when we were doing the show?
canceled. He got canceled before.
That little TV show.
Yes, he was never on the TV show, but
I
everybody
applied.
else in his band was on the show in another band.
Yeah.
So he's all bitter.
But Jonathan and Kitty had me on all the time because
yes,
they were
we did.
fantastic.
And on the local hour too, I played your stuff.
You did. Thank you.
Johnny's a great guy. I love Johnny.
He works very hard.
He works very hard. He's a good man. We all love him. The thing about it is that you and Johnny, who'd you fight more with? Because we had some doozies.
Well, percentage wise of time.
Well, time, sure, right.
I probably fought with you more because we only worked together for 5 years.
Right.
And over 26 years, there's math involved, and I'm not interested in doing that.
So do you want to tell Eric about the big one?
There was a big one?
The big fight.
Oh, boy.
And here's the best part. So Kitty...
There were
more than one big one?
Yeah, there were a couple of them. I can condense them for purposes of this program.
For time, for people that are
Well, I do remember
we
we were screaming at each other in front of the salespeople.
Yes. Do you remember what I told you?
You started it out by saying I needed a nap, which is true. I did.
It was 100%. No,
it was true.
Have you seen the viral video with the kids? There's 2 adorable kids. We're going to find the link and attach it to this episode. They're adorable. They're so cute. They're sitting at the table, and the brother turns to the sister and says, "Did you take a nap?" And she goes, "No." And he goes, "Well, you need one." And it's our conversation.
Yeah, very similar. I had been to a concert the night before in Milwaukee.
Whose fault was that?
Me. And it was Elton John and Billy Joel, and then drove back and was on the air. I didn't take the day off.
5:30 in the morning.
Correct. Yeah. So I probably only had like 3.5, 4 hours of sleep, and I probably really did need a nap at that point.
So what was the fight over?
I have no idea.
Either do I.
But
we were yelling at each other.
And then I lifted my fist like I was going to hit you.
Yes, I remember.
And you said, "If you hit me, I'll have the cops here so fast."
Nope. Nope. That's not what I said. I said, "Go ahead."
Oh.
I said, I'll sue you so fast it'll make your head spin.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. There was a lot of love in the room.
And then I said something about all the sexual harassment.
What?
I said something about that, even though it wasn't really true. I accused you of it.
I don't know.
And there were all kinds of salespeople there, and then they all reported back to our stupid boss. And then I had this note that said, if I had been here and witnessed it, you would have been suspended, blah, blah, blah. And then that same day, I got in the mail. We used to get actual mail at the radio station, press releases and things. And it was about a class for anger management.
How was it?
It was really stupid. But I volunteered to go to it because I knew I was in big trouble. And I said, if you pay for this, I'll go to this.
Not me, management.
And they paid for the class. And it was all about, the only thing I remember from it is it was about keeping your horses in the barn.
Right. You should keep them, you should put them in the barn. That's the
only thing I remember. But then there was another really funny time that we got into a fight and we were yelling at each other. And a gal who worked mornings on Y105, she said, "Ooh, sexual tension." and you said, "The only thing sexual about you is nothing." It was like, wow, what a comeback.
That was really good.
It was really funny.
Quick. So anyway, I want to turn to my notes here. I've got some new comebacks for that I've been working on. 20 years, 30 years later.
It's been bothering him all this time.
Yeah.
So can we just set up the scene again? No, sorry. I apologize for being a jerk.
Well, I wasn't always that easy to work with.
No, we bumped heads a lot. But
a lot of people mention that I had this, the other people that I've worked with in that radio station, Pat Gallagher, filled in on mornings before Jonathan was hired. And Jonathan always referred to this look I give when I hate an idea.
Yep.
And apparently it's infamous.
Uh-huh.
You recall that? Did I give you that look?
Can I show you the scars?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about some good things. And then by the way, we made it. We made it 5.5 years.
We did.
And we became friends.
Yes.
Yes. Mostly. No, I'm kidding. We're friends.
No, we're still friends.
Yeah, we're still friends. We go to lunch.
I like your posts on Facebook from time to time.
Yeah, well, right there. What more do you need?
Best friends then.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Let's talk about some good things. Over all the time at Triple M, did you have what were some of your favorite moments? Did you concerts that you got to go to? Did you get to go backstage? Do you have any favorite moments?
Wow, that's a good one. I do think that meeting a lot of the listeners and forming relationships with them, friendships over the air over all the years has really touched my heart.
Yeah.
And when I retired, finding out, how I affected people's lives in ways that I had no idea.
Right. Because you're family.
Yeah. And so that is really important to me and that memory. But yeah, I got to go to a ton of concerts.
Did you, going back to the friends thing and the listeners, are there people that you've bonded with and become friends with and stay in touch with?
Somewhat. Yeah. I like their posts on Facebook too.
Hey, folks, Kitty doesn't leave the house. So can we do a side note bar thing? I wasn't planning on bringing this up, but one of my favorite things that I love about you and your friends that I see on social media is that you used to all gather at restaurants and bars. What night did you go?
We either went on Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights.
And
it
how
varied.
many places that you would gather at with your group? It's like a larger group, right?
It varied from week to week.
Okay. But it was a bunch of people.
Right.
And how many places have you closed?
Well, it all started out with a closure because I met them all at the old Chicago that turned into a Culver's.
And you cannot say anything negative about
I won't
Culver's.
because then you won't give me free coupons.
That's right.
Wait, what?
Shh,
You have a stack?
He hasn't got any.
So it all started when that one closed. And then I created a group, Lost Souls of Old Chicago. And then we'd meet for happy hour at different
That's a great-
places.
Great name.
Great band.
Yeah.
Great band.
We would meet at different places. For a while it was Tuesdays, and then we switched it to Wednesdays for some reason. But yeah, a few of them.
Each place you went to then closed.
And then we just, well, we went to Legends
don't-
because that was right down the street. It was kind of a problematic place right across from
It doesn't matter.
Schwegler's Bowling Alley.
The people in Spain right now don't care.
Oh, you want me to speak Spanish?
Yes, please. We have a huge listenership
Okay.
in Spain.
Anyway, that one went down. Sprecher went down. The one that followed Sprecher went down.
So are you?
That one burned down though, but that wasn't my fault.
Wasn't you guys? Mm-mm. Okay. Is there a place now that you gather that we should go to celebrate?
Actually, if there's no way I would say it out loud at this point.
Because you're so embarrassed.
No, because
We'd like
no,
it to
I
stay.
don't want to jinx anything.
All right. Okay. So concerts.
Yes.
Favorite concerts over the years of being, because now for people, I mean, most people must get this, but you get tickets typically.
Yes. I mean, there are a few where, we had an opportunity to buy them without fees as well, which was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen, since I started working at Triple M, I think I've seen Neil Young 14 times.
And you and the little boyfriend, by the way, for those of you just tuning in, your boyfriend's name is
Mike,
but what did I dub him back in the day?
the little boyfriend, because I met him and started dating when you and I were doing the show. And
Yep.
I actually met him at a listener advisory panel where we brought in listeners to tell us what they thought of the station. And
You were kind of like the creepy guy that came to the high school. Now you were the creepy gal that went to the listener advisory panel
it was
to meet dudes.
it was in our break room,
So less creepy. It's fine.
and you
It's
were
fine.
there too. And
Oh,
it was
You're telling me I had a shot at the little boyfriend and I missed him?
It was a meeting about the morning show. So, of course, when you have a meeting, a focus group on something like a morning show, you should have the two people there.
Okay.
Because then they all say they love you. Because if you're not there, they might say bad things.
Right.
So we were there maybe just for the pizza. I
got
don't
to
know.
tell you that I think most focus groups don't have the subjects in the room. They're behind
I know,
the
that
glass.
was so stupid.
Right.
Why did they do that? But
Well-
then it turned into me meeting Mike, and now we've been together over 30 years.
The little boyfriend.
That's the
Do
guy.
people still call him that?
Was it just you that did it? Sounds like it was just
It's
you.
pretty much you.
Oh, I wanted it to catch.
It might have back in the day, but
Okay.
I think it faded.
But so I think he's also a Neil Young fan, right?
Yes.
And so 14 times.
And he actually kind of looks like Neil Young.
He does
in
a
a
little,
way.
yeah.
And there was a time where we went to a Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young concert where someone wanted Mike to autograph his ticket because they thought he was Neil Young. And Mike's like, "What? What?
Fun fact, Neil Young's wife calls Neil the little boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Do you
not
know
true.
Daryl Hannah calls him that?
He's married to Daryl Hannah.
He is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact. Daryl Hannah.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't Google that.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Other highlights over the time? You can't remember any highlights?
Well, I mean, it's kind of
A blur?
and it is a blur. And the fact is I've probably seen 400 shows in that
Wow.
time, I would guess.
Was there shows you walked out of or left?
There were some that were oversold at the Barrymore where I couldn't find a place to sit, so I left. There's certain promoters that used to do that, remember?
Let's not talk about that. They still might, some of them are still alive.
And probably still promoting shows.
Yeah.
God bless them.
Yep.
Who's your favorite band, Kitty?
Of all time?
Yeah.
The Beatles. And then REM is second, probably. But then, I don't know. It varies from time to time.
Yeah.
And I've kind of switched into a more Americana kind of thing lately, like the Mascot Theory.
Wow. I didn't even have to prompt that. It was my question. Who is your favorite local band, Kitty? And why is it the Mascot Theory? I didn't even have to say that.
Because he's in the room.
Yeah, if this focus group had me out of the room behind the glass, that might have been someone different.
Exactly. So, yeah, I saw a lot of shows. I met a lot of famous people that came into the station.
All right, let's talk about that. Let's talk about who were some of your favorites you met, and do you remember any great interactions? I remember Sheryl Crow, when she came in, she brought her dog in.
And the dog was running around the station.
Dog running around the station.
Yeah. You met her earlier, like before her first album even came out.
Tuesday Night Music Club was just being released.
Right.
And so she came in. We didn't know her from anybody. And she was very sweet and very nice.
And then a few years later, she actually came back.
She did come back.
Which the thing is, a lot of times with the musicians that came in for Live from Studio M's, they come in on the way up and then they forget about us completely.
They do. Some were very nice, though. They would come back.
I had a fun time with Bare Naked Ladies when they were there.
Yep. Bare Naked Ladies were great.
They were calling, Miss Kitty. And it's like a Gunsmoke reference. And these kids were like 20 years old at that time. So I was like, they must have really old TV in Canada. Because
they're catching up.
Why do they know? But I mean, that was cool meeting them. And I met, Mark Cohn and hung out with him in my office for a while he was waiting for someone else to do a Studio M, I think. Or they were doing commercials in the production room and he had to wait.
Do you remember the day that we had Dave Matthews Band and Rusted Root back to back?
I do.
And Dave was in the studio and Rusted Root was they were in the bus in the parking lot.
But they were playing hacky sack in the parking lot.
Yeah. And we were like, we really didn't know either band at the time because they were both coming up.
And there was no internet to like look them up and do research.
I think there was internet, but we didn't have access to computers.
No.
Right. So you know what I did when I had the band in the Studio M.
Why don't you tell us?
Okay. Welcome to the podcast about me and I didn't, Eric, I'll tell you.
Oh, I'd love to hear this story, John.
Okay. We're not editing this out now.
Nope.
Dave Matthews and the band came in the studio and they all were there. The whole gang.
It was like a lot of instruments and very
everything
crowded.
And crammed into a tiny little room, smaller than the room we're recording in now. And I had no idea which one was Dave. Because I hadn't any time to do any research. We had limited computers at the station.
Could Dave please raise your hand?
So I rolled tape because we were on tape and I said, hey everybody, welcome to Live from Studio M. I'm John. Dave Matthews Band joining us. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? So that way I could figure out which one.
And then
was
we
Dave.
aired that little snip for years of, hey, this is Dave Matthews from the Dave Matthews Band and you're on 105.5 Triple M.
You know he was a jerk that day.
He also had a really bad cold.
Yeah, that was his excuse. Yes.
I think he might always be a jerk.
I don't know. Let's not say that. Why do we have to throw Dave Matthews under the bus?
Dave, I'd still like to have you on the podcast.
Dave, would you like to come on the podcast?
We can do it without John.
You could defend. I didn't call him a jerk. Sheik did.
You literally started with, he's kind of a jerk.
That day.
Oh. That's true. Who else was a jerk that came in for Studio M?
Who else is not coming on the podcast now? You know who's not coming to this podcast? Carrie Coon.
We already know that.
Yeah, we're trying to get Carrie Coon on because I mentioned it once and now it's a running thing.
I don't know who that is.
She's an actress.
Oh.
She's a fantastic
actress. And I mentioned it once and I told Eric, let's turn it into a running gag. And now I'm mentioning it the second time.
Yeah. It's a real good gag.
So we're really. And
Are you going to have that guy on that was on 2.5 Men that played the pizza delivery guy?
JD Walsh?
Yeah.
He lives in Los Angeles and right now we're trying to do local.
Okay.
I'd be up for a trip.
You want to go visit JD?
We could see Butch Vig out there.
Why did you bring that up?
First Wisconsin
it's
celebrity.
Just like a total random thing, and he's like the biggest celebrity you personally know.
I actually know bigger. I don't know.
Now you're just bragging.
I don't know Carrie Coon. Okay, so you met some nice people. Who did you meet that you didn't care for?
Other than you?
Yep.
Other than other people who were my bosses?
I was talking about musicians.
Oh. They all seem pretty nice.
We loved a band back in the day called Sonia Dada. Did you ever hear of them?
I don't think so.
Oh, talk about bands who came back. They were very nice. They were a great band.
And then everyone died.
Oh my God.
Wow. Spoiler. Holy cow. Huh.
But before everybody died, you had a poster on your wall signed by Sonia Dada. And somebody came in and put their name on it because she was the Sonia that they named the band after.
Oh.
And that pissed you off to no end.
She defaced my...
She wrote her name on a poster with her name on it because she was named after her.
Who cares about 21 Brides or whatever?
Was that the name of her band?
Not that I remember.
Eric, scratch 21 Brides.
Yeah, they're off the list now too.
I would get so upset. I remember one time when I was so mad at the whole radio station and my plight.
When she got mad, she turned green.
No. And my clothes popped off
crazy.
except for my shorts.
Yep.
They stayed on.
That was crazy.
Is this pre or post anger management class?
Oh, no. But I used to go get Happy Meals all the time.
Yeah.
Because I liked the prizes.
That's what adults do.
And I had a shelf that was supposed to be for like carts with news things, but I stopped doing actual news after a while there.
Right.
I mean, I sort of did. But I had all my Happy Meal toys up on the shelves. And one day you come in the office and I'm taking all my toys off the shelf. And you're like, oh, are you taking all your toys and going home?
Oh.
And I was like, yes, I am.
And I'm taking a nap.
Laughing so hard my nose is running.
You are.
I'll be fine.
Oh, I want to tell this is a funny story about somebody that we worked with.
Are we going to name him?
I don't know. Ed.
Okay.
We just say Ed.
Ed? Oh,
Yeah.
sure. No one will figure out who that is.
Yeah, okay. So he used to sit in my office and eat a TV dinner before he'd go on the air.
Yep.
And because I had the only TV in the building.
He did nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before he went on there, he'd eat his little TV dinner, watch the news, whatever, show prep. And then he would leave the empty TV dinner tray
In
and
your
his
office.
fork in my office. So I'd come into work every morning and there it would be. And I said, please do not do that. I don't mind if you use my desk to eat and watch TV. That's fine, but just please. And I said, if you do it one more time, I'm throwing away your fork. I mean, this is serious because it was a real fork,
a nice
not
fork.
a plastic fork. And he's like, please don't throw away my fork. So he did it again. And so I got John here to help me. Do you remember what we did?
No, I don't.
Ed's desk was right outside of the Triple M studio in kind of an open area.
All right.
And you got up on his desk and you put his fork, you stuck it into
The ceiling.
the ceiling. And he's like, where's my fork? I'm like, look up. And he was really angry about that. But I thought it was hilarious.
I think that's good.
Did you walk away and say, fork you?
I might have. But I wanted to thank you for helping with that because he stopped leaving his fork at my desk.
We taught him a lesson.
Yes.
We had a lot of good times together. Also, we struggled a little because back in the day, Triple M was new.
Very new.
And how did we do prizes for our...
Yeah, we had no budget for anything.
Yeah.
We didn't have a station vehicle. I mean, for a while, we had that limo that would break down in parades, which was always great. Then the station was sold, and then we had no vehicle whatsoever. So we went everywhere in your vehicle,
In my van.
in your little blue minivan of love.
You don't remember you wrote it
No,
down.
I wrote it down because I mix it up sometimes, like little mini blue van.
When the authorities come calling, they're going to be worried about whether you mixed it up or said it properly.
Yeah.
Little blue minivan of love.
Yeah. And so we'd go to visit different offices once a week on Thursday. We got free pizza once a week for the entire duration for 5.5 years.
That's pretty nice.
So our friends at Pizza Pit, they would provide us with piping hot pizza from Pizza Pit and beautiful flowers from Buffalo Floral.
Yeah.
And we'd show up at a office, and do you remember the best one?
The best one?
Yeah, the one, the lettuce place.
Oh, the one where we showed up and they were like, who are you? And why are you here? Well, so-and-so wrote this letter and she invited us and we said, we're coming we got the pizza and the flowers. Well, she called in sick today.
She called it sick.
And none of us have ever heard of you. You can just leave the pizza here and go.
Then did we beg for one, or did they offer one?
No, we just took one.
We took one.
We took one of the pizzas and one of the 2-liter bottles of soda and went to a park. And sat there. And then we made up stuff about them because we'd always talk about the place the next day on the air. And we said, if you need lettuce, go to Need Lettuce Farms.
Are they still in business?
I have no idea.
Eric,
but
can
if
you go-
you
no, don't
need
go.
lettuce, you could call them.
Go to Need Lettuce
But they
Farms.
might be very busy.
That could be.
They
Yeah.
might not be able to
The
take your
pizza
call.
might still be there.
Yeah,
Don't go on a Thursday.
because they're very busy.
But I got to tell you, the one thing about that, we got pizza.
Yes.
And my ego felt great that day that they'd never heard of us.
Right.
And usually it was always the one person who sent the letter had heard of us, and then no one else did.
You don't need to tell everyone that.
But the idea was to then encourage them to listen because they say, oh, we're going to talk about you tomorrow on the air. And then they listen and then they love us. And
You're saying that not everyone was excited?
well, they were excited about the pizza.
Yeah, that's true. If you show up somewhere with free pizza, everyone loves you.
That should be an easy one.
Yeah. Well, we should do that for this podcast.
Unless you're only doing lettuce and you're not in that kind of diet.
Right.
Maybe that was
Yeah.
it.
If we had free pizza, do you think Carrie Coon would show up on the podcast?
Probably, or at least lettuce.
Just a rabbit. All right. We listened to a lot of music over the years. You listened to more than I did because you were there for 30, how many years?
33.
33 years. What song do you never want to hear again because it makes your ears bleed?
What's that one song by Train?
Drops of Jupiter.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a worse one than that.
That's funny. As we record this, they're in town later this week.
That's right.
Really?
For their 25th reunion of Drops of Jupiter.
Closing Time by Semisonic
That one?
was overplayed, but
Yeah.
I don't mind Semisonic. I mean, they're from Minnesota, so you got to kind of like them.
Okay.
But Alanis Morissette, anything by Alanis Morissette.
Why?
No, I hate that. I don't want to say I hate her.
Did you see that? Trying to pull it back. I hate that.
I just don't like the whiny. I mean, maybe it's too similar to my own psyche.
She struck a nerve.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. And I don't like that you have to edit it, because
Yeah.
it's kind of a little bit naughty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's
The little grandma in me doesn't like that part.
was she the ironic song?
Yes.
And it wasn't really ironic. It was
No, rain on your wedding day. Is that ironic? No,
it's
that's a
coincident.
bummer.
It's
That's a
coincidental,
bummer.
yeah.
That's not ironic.
Yeah. God, she's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, that's another
Crap.
reason to hate it. But I don't like her other songs either.
Cross her off the list.
And
too.
I
This
do
is-
remember this is pretty great. And the FCC doesn't listen to podcasts. Do
No,
they?
you can say whatever you want here.
Okay. So there was one song we didn't play on Triple M because it was a little bit at that time because we were a little wussy of a station.
Yep.
And somebody wanted to hear a certain Alanis song in a dream CD, which was you'd send in your list of 4 songs that you wanted to hear. We play them at 9:00 in the morning and you might win a prize.
Right.
And somebody wanted a certain song from Alanis and it's like, oh, that swears in it. I don't know if we should do that. Oh, well, here's a CD that we got. It's from the Grammys. So we thought,
It must be edited.
It must be good because
Right.
if it was on TV, not only was it not edited, the swear was slower and more drawn out
Yeah.
than it
Pronounced.
was on the regular version.
I'm
And we
assuming-
didn't preview it.
I'm assuming this is the F-bomb.
I can't remember exactly what it was because my little sensitive ears have tried to block it out.
Did you get in trouble?
No. But we were like, uh-oh.
It was panic.
We thought we might, but we didn't.
All right, let's talk about bits quickly.
Yellow Taxi. I can't stand that song.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Eric.
Yeah. Sorry.
song-
And only
sorry.
because I would literally just tuned into Triple M this week and it was on. It's
The Counting Crows
yeah.
version.
And I love Counting Crows, but it's on all the time.
Yeah. And it's not a good cover.
It's not
It
great.
was not, yeah, I agree.
It's popular, obviously, but was.
Or someone
Sorry.
thinks it is.
Sorry, I jumped
No.
in.
Hey,
John.
you know what? I'm really sorry that I forgot to ask you.
That's okay.
What song would you like to not hear, like from your days in Triple M land?
Fast car.
Oh, yeah.
We brought
I should have
that
known
up.
that.
That's come up before.
I
think.
should have known that.
No, that was actually after. That was after because I heard it 3 days in a row each time.
And that song came out before Triple M was even a thing.
Yeah. It was 3 days. I listen to Triple M all the time. I get in the van and I turn the radio on and Fast Car was on. So the next day
my Yellow Taxi.
I got in the van and it was a different
Yeah.
time of day and Fast Car.
There's
was
a
on.
cure for all this.
What?
Don't listen to Triple M.
We love Triple
we
M.
love
Yeah.
Triple M.
Okay.
We love Triple. We love Triple M. We love Johnny and that they support local music. Speaking of radio, what's your take on the future of radio?
All right.
Here's
And
what
that's it. I think that's it.
Yeah,
No.
we gotta
radio started to die in 1995 for 2 reasons. It was the Telecommunications Act of 1995 that Bill Clinton signed into law, and it let radio stations have as many radio stations as they want. Before that, you could have 2 per city, and you could only have a total of 14. And they just blew that out of the water. And then combine that with computers making it a lot easier to do things like in advance or...
Probably MP3s and playlists and stuff too.
Well, kind of, but I think just the fact that you didn't have to have real people at the radio station all the time anymore.
Right.
You could pre-record your show, and so you didn't have to have weekend part-timers, and you didn't have to have an overnight person. So all the radio stations bought up all these stations, all these big companies owned it,
And then they started automating them.
and because they wanted to make more money.
And what makes radio successful is that local connection.
Right. And that is pretty much gone throughout the country. And it's not just Madison, it's all over. I think I heard something like Kansas City has no local personalities on their radio.
on
and
any
that's
of their stations.
right.
And that's a bigger market.
Exactly. I think so. I don't know. So radio is not a thing. They're going in the opposite way they need to make it succeed.
Yeah. Do you want to talk or not talk about your retirement?
I retired in August of 2025. Wasn't exactly on my terms, but a year later, I'm glad it happened and I'm good with where I am right now.
Did you get enough time to say goodbye to people?
2 days, I guess, is what I had. I went back for 2 days, and a Thursday and a Friday at the end of August, and had 2 days of goodbyes. And maybe it was good, kind of like ripping off the Band-Aid instead of being sad and second guessing or just getting really morose or whatever. But a year later, I'm so glad to not be having to get up that darn early. I mean, when you left Triple M, you said you don't like to get up that early and you were sick of looking at me.
I said that?
Wow.
Something like that. Yeah.
That's cruel.
I mean, you said it, but in a nice way.
I don't think I actually said that.
All right. Maybe I just felt it.
Yeah, I'm a jerk, but I'm not that big of a jerk. I will defend myself a little there. I'm sure I said some mean things to you, and I apologize. So
I accept.
You were no angel, by the way.
Oh, I know. I was really horrible.
Growing up,
I was very intense.
You were intense.
And Pat Gallagher, who was my boss for like 20 of those years.
Yeah.
He said, after he was not my boss anymore, he said that, I was difficult, but he said, I always admired your passion. So I thought that was,
That's
because
nice.
if I was passionate about something, it was because it was for the success of the radio station in my mind, which wasn't always the same as what others thought. And I was pretty sure I was right.
Still am.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
I want to go back in time a little bit one more time.
Okay.
When you were younger or starting on radio, did you have somebody that you admired that
in radio?
Yeah. No?
I mean, I listened to the radio when I was a kid, and I'd call up DJs and bug them and request songs and stuff, but I don't really see that wasn't my idea. I took that first radio job because it was writing.
Yeah. And
you wanted
to write.
I was really good at reading out loud. And even, like in second grade, I remember we're going around the little circle in reading class, and one little kid just said, "Can't we just let Kitty read it?" Mm-hmm. Because having to listen to all these kids who stumbled through the words, and I just sailed through like da and did the voices and everything. I was always good at reading, and I always thought that before I knew radio was my calling, whatever, I thought film strip narrator would be a good job.
That's not dating yourself at all.
I could even do the beep when you flip to the next slide.
I think my voice would sound great on wax records.
Yeah. So I never really thought about radio, and I really never thought that I would stay in radio. I actually got a journal entry where I was sitting covering a news event with Joy Cardine, who, if you're listening to public radio here in Madison, at Wisconsin Public Radio, she was there for years. She and I kind of were starting out at the same time in radio and worked at different stations. And we were sitting in a Holiday Inn hallway waiting for this meeting to get over, where they were negotiating the state employee contract. Mm-hmm. And so we were getting paid to just sit there and wait, because then we'd get the story when they came out.
And a very exciting story to cover.
And I wrote, in my journal that I sat, I met Joy Cardine from WSPT, and we sat there, but then I wrote, but I do not want to be in radio for my career, like all in capital letters. And so.
And that's what you did.
And everyone told me, you won't make any money. Don't do it. Get out.
And boy, were they wrong. I saw that.
They didn't count the value of the CDs and T-shirts.
Ooh, the free
or
promo
the
items.
concert tickets.
Yeah,
yes.
that too.
And the free pizza.
Free pizza.
Every week for years.
When you did the show, we kind of flew by the seat of our pants when we did the show. When you and Johnny did it for all those years, did you plan more, or did you fly by the seat of your pants?
We didn't plan either.
Yeah.
I mean, we planned some things, because we had certain things that we did for a while, like the world's worst iPod or whatever. That iPod we found with all the crazy songs. And then
people thought it was real.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah. I mean, we did some planning, but usually not. And I remember at one point, and now I can't remember if this was with you or with Jonathan.
You forget your
but
man.
I know there was a dry erase board in the studio, And
Okay.
for a while, Pat Gallagher wanted us to write down the day before what we were going to be doing the next day.
3 things.
3 things. Was this you?
It must have been, because I remember this.
So we just wrote baloney, like, rampaging duck story or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we would never do it because
Right.
it wasn't a real thing. And then it was months before he caught on that we were just making stuff up and writing that there. So we never failed to plan,
Yeah.
I think,
We were
is
good
how
at
I
it.
would describe it.
Going back to asking you about somebody growing up that you admired, I had the different story. I grew up listening to Jonathan Little, and then I got a part-time job at Triple M, and I did overnights, and he came in the morning, and I was like pinching myself because there was Jonathan Little.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, man's a legend. He's a
Definitely.
He's
I
still-
remember
he's
when
still the dude.
when he told me when I, first got hired by him, and we actually had news on Saturdays for a while.
That's crazy.
And I was doing news with him on a Saturday morning, and he's like, "Do you realize you have major market skills?"
Oh,
Wow.
And I was just like, "What?"
yeah. The god of radio just
Yeah.
told you had.
And so then I thought, well, I'm just going to go be at the network now.
Yep.
Except no.
Missed it by that much.
Yeah.
I did mornings until 6, I think. He came in at 6 on Saturdays. And I went into my little office cubby area as a part-timer, and there was a song playing, and then all of a sudden there was dead air. And I walked.
Did you think he died?
How do you jump to the dead air that he
Rampaging ducks have attacked the studio.
No, I walked into the studio and he goes, "You ever do that, John?" And I said, "What?" And he goes, "Pull a CD out while it's playing in the middle of it." And I said, "Not yet." And he goes, "Well, you will." And he goes, "And then you just hit the next song." And I was a part-timer, and I was like, "Oh, look at that. He's giving me lessons." And
Yeah.
yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the time I took the station off the air by pushing Control-Alt-Delete on the wrong keyboard?
No, and why did you do this?
Because it was early in the morning, and it was a day where Jonathan was on vacation, so I was doing the show by myself.
Okay.
And there were, I think, 2 or 3 keyboards that controlled different computers. And one controlled the computer that had all the commercials and all the songs.
Yeah, by the way, this is bringing up a story that when we were on the air together, I ran the board for all 5.5 years.
Oh, yeah.
Because, ready for this, Eric? Mm-hmm. I can't run the board. I have to write news.
Correct. Anyway.
She has big market skills, John. No one told you that. All they did was say, "Hey, John, have you ever messed up a CD?"
Yeah, screwed up. Anyway.
So anyway, the other computer was for the internet, to look up news stories or find rampaging duck stories or whatever. And it was in sleep mode, so I hit Control-Alt-Delete on the one that I thought was the one for the internet, but it was the one
Running the station.
Yeah, and it logged me out. And so when the song that was playing ended, there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
So this was at 5:45 in the morning or something. So I call the engineer, and
You still had an engineer at this point?
no, he was in Milwaukee or Chicago or
all right.
something. And he didn't know the password. We needed a password. And I called
Try radio.
the general manager, and he gave me a couple ideas. And then he's like, "Just play CDs off the wall." And I was like, "No, because I will sound dumb. I will sound freaky outy. So
Right.
I'm just going to let Dead Air win this."
Dead air, me freaky outie.
Yeah. And eventually I got a hold of somebody in corporate something
Who knew the
land
password.
who knew how to get in a back way. And I got back on after 20 minutes. And then you'd think that I would think this is passive aggressive, but then the next day I come
You were
after
never
Jonathan.
passive-aggressive.
No, not me. The other little guy that I worked with.
Oh, okay.
He made little labels. Internet computer, other, on-air computer. And I just was I said, "Thank you so much. I actually appreciated it because I didn't want to do that again."
Right. It was helpful.
It was helpful, but I think I don't know if he was trying to be helpful or what.
I think it could have been a little of both. Yeah. It could have a
Maybe.
little bit of a jab, a little bit of help.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We did that for 26 years to each other.
A little bit of jab, a little bit of help.
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds wrong, but okay. Before we go.
Is it almost time?
Yeah.
Okay.
But before we go, are there stories that we haven't touched on that you want to talk about? Fun stories that no one would believe from behind the scenes in radio? Stories about me that annoyed you to no end?
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
there was. That was
stories.
it.
Wait,
He would
Ding, ding,
get-
ding.
wait a minute. You can't tell stuff that you can't tell.
No, I can tell this.
Okay.
Okay. I always accused you of having John Urban's Book of Rules because if I didn't follow them, I was always treated very sternly for not doing certain things correctly. And also, you didn't like me messing with your pens. You like them in a nice row.
Did you see what he did over here?
Yeah.
During our thing, he had 2 Sharpies and he just put them in the perfect
I am
spot.
clinically diagnosed by myself with
what
OCD.
Was really funny is that when you would sneeze, if I forgot to say bless you, you would look at me like, what is wrong with you? Why aren't you saying bless you? And he's like, and I was like, okay, bless you. And it's like, thank you. and I remember at one point saying, pardon me, I am not required to acknowledge your every bodily function. And it was insane. Like, why? Who cares if I don't say bless you every time?
Can I tell you a funny story now? Do you know why people say bless you?
Because it's keeping the evil germ gods out of...
Can you see this? She's actually upset now. Kitty is upset now from way back then.
See, that's the thing, too, is Jonathan would always, when I would like relive a horror from radio, like when I'm so mad about something.
Like this moment.
I get so animated about it, and it's just because I'm a good storyteller. It's not.
You're passionate.
It's not because
it's not the mad rage that lives inside you that you need to go back for more classes.
No, it's not.
Okay.
The horses are in the barn.
Should you put your fingers together and hum? The horses are in the barn.
I did later meet a listener who was like, I was in that same anger management class with you. I didn't say anything.
I wanted an autograph so bad.
I was afraid she'd rip my head off if I asked for an autograph.
Yeah.
Why do we say bless you?
I don't know.
It's from the plague. It meant don't die. Because people had the plague. And so when you would say bless you, it was like that you hoping you wouldn't die. That's where bless you started.
That's fascinating.
That's really cool.
So that's why then I'd get so angry.
Did you know goodbye actually is shortened of God bless you?
Really? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. So here's the funny part.
That's fun fact too.
Oh, let's have the funny part, please.
Here's the funny part.
See, this is why this worked for 5 years.
Jerk. I don't say it anymore.
What did you say? Salud?
I don't say anything.
What?
Yeah.
And you don't require people to say anything?
If I sneeze, you just don't acknowledge their bodily function?
It's just a sneeze.
Whoa.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
I grew up. I was
like
very young.
So much closure happening right now.
Remember in 1994 when the midterms happened?
Oh, yeah. This is funny.
Okay. So 1992, the first time I ever voted for a presidential candidate who won, which was Bill Clinton, who then ruined my life.
Right, by killing radio.
Yeah. So then in 1994, usually when there's a big Democratic swing, the Democratic president, then it goes the other way. So I came into work the morning after the midterms and it was horrible.
You were I think you were in tears.
I was in tears and I was very upset because I didn't want Newt Gingrich to be the Speaker of the House. I was like, oh my God, this is the worst ever. And you were just like, get a hold of yourself. What is your problem? And you didn't care about politics at all back then.
Not at all.
You were like in your 20s still. And you didn't care. And now you turned into this politically active, crazy person who's like naming people asshats of the week and getting all feisty. Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's like I had an influence on you.
You did. We all grow up.
Yeah.
So now I'm politically motivated, active.
And you don't care.
And I don't care about bless you.
And you don't care if I sneeze, or you don't care if I don't care if you sneeze.
No, if you sneeze right now, I will not say a word. Except
I will not say a word. Is what you just said. That
did
was
I?
Great. You did.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I didn't realize it.
Yeah, got it.
Well, this has been fun.
You can have me back.
Oh, can I tell Eric what you said when I asked if you'd be on the podcast?
Sure. What did I say?
I said, hey, Kitty, we're starting a podcast and we'd like to have you on it. Okay, but not the first one.
Well, I wanted you to get the kinks out.
Okay, well, we're still working on it. Before we go, when we started this, we agreed that this would be a podcast with a purpose. And so that for every guest we have on, they have to share with us by law. This is in John's Book of Rules. They have to share with us one of their favorite nonprofits in the Madison. Well, it doesn't have to be in the Madison area, but typically it is if it's a local guest. So which one of your favorite nonprofits?
All right. You may not have heard of this one. It's the Greater Madison Resource Center. And it was started by a woman named Kelly LeGrand. And she started out, I believe, working with Friends of the State Street family. Mm-hmm. And she is a godsend when it comes to helping people and families that find themselves like houseless or they're like living in their car with their 4 kids and it's 40 below out. And if you donate to this charity, it can help with hotel rooms as they also connect with other resources too to help people get back on their feet.
While they're in that transitional period, trying to get off the street into permanent housing.
Right. And the website for that is gmrcmadison.org. It's the Greater Madison Resource Center. And every once in a while, I'll see on Facebook on the Dane County Neighbors Helping Neighbors page. I don't know if you're on that one, but it'll be like, we've got this family with this dire situation. If you could please help. And so they're always in need of funds to help people in those emergency situations. But it's not just for those emergency situations. It's also connecting them with the resources in the community.
That's very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You did well in that job there.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm proud of you.
That sounded kind of condescending, actually.
No, I am proud of you. Can we not fight?
Did I just give you that look?
You did.
Okay.
It was kind of like the junior version. Before we go, what are you doing with your free time? And would you go back to radio ever?
That's all right. Here's what I do with my free time. I read a lot.
Okay.
I read.
Are you writing at all?
No, because right now I've kind of got carpal tunnel and it hurts when I type.
Go to a doctor.
Oh, okay. That's something. That's a thought.
Here to help.
Yeah. And I work out in a warm water pool and I bring down the average age of everybody because everybody is like mainly 70 to 91 years old.
So what do you mean you bring down the average age?
That's really good. But anyway, I do that. And I drink beer and sit in my backyard.
And close restaurants.
So why in the world would you ever want to go back to work, John?
And I don't want to go back. I don't think I'd go back to radio. I think I would go back on a occasional basis.
Yeah.
You know, as a special celebrity guest or something. Not anything where... It's funny because people even ask me, would you do a podcast? And I say, that would actually require more work than I did when I was working.
100%.
So, no.
99%.
Yep.
So I will happily, if you've got a podcast, everybody, other podcasters that are listening and you want me to be on your podcast?
I don't think there are any other ones. I think we were the only one left.
It was Mark Maron, and he quit,
and
then
us. Yeah.
Everybody
we'll
else.
let you know if we hear of any, though.
Okay, thank you.
Amy
Appreciate
Poehler,
that.
she shut hers down. That's over.
Really?
No. I missed doing radio with you. It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, even though we fought a lot.
But I don't think I'd want to, I don't know.
You don't want to do it again? That's a lot of women say that to me. They say, you know what? It was fun, but let's not do it again.
See you in 30 years.
or longer. If you start a podcast, I'll come back.
Kitty, I want to thank you, though, for having me in on your show and being able to constantly talk about all the different things that we had going on as a band, because that's super rare for as a local band to be able to get into any place and to get the word out about what we're working on. And you guys were always willing to have me come in and talk about Flannel Fest or the Mascot Theory albums or whatever. So thank you for that.
Well, you're very welcome. And you're always so involved with doing charitable works and everything. And we were happy to help in the little tiny way that we could without actually putting in any effort.
Oh, there was some effort.
Okay.
You had to unlock the door for me.
Oh, that's true.
You had to go open the door.
Yeah.
And you did the local hour,
For 8 years, I did the local hour on Triple M on Sunday nights.
And people love that.
It was fun.
Yeah.
When Gabby Parsons retired from it, and they just said, congratulations, you get to do this.
For no more money.
Yeah, exactly. Or hit Odana Road or Ganser Way or whatever.
Bring your own headphones.
Buy your own prizes.
It was actually very fun, and I really enjoyed doing it and, getting to know a lot of the musicians, or maybe not the musicians, but at least their songs.
I kind of want to I wish we had I have carts here from our show somewhere. So for those of you who don't know, they're like 8 tracks, right?
Yeah, they look like 8 tracks, and it's before everything was computerized.
Digitized, yeah. And we would hit the news sweeper, and I'd be like, 7:51, 33 degrees in Madison, time for 105.5 Triple M News. Here's Kitty Dunn.
Today, the shit hit the fan. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Are you happy it showed up?
Am I happy I showed up?
Yeah.
Yes. I really thought there'd be snacks, but okay.
There's a little mini water.
There is a mini water.
Welcome to podcasting. The team, the crew at the One Up Podcast would like to apologize from deep in our hearts to Kitty Dunn for not having snacks here.
Yeah, that was an oversight.
Yeah, we'll go talk to our producers.
We have producers.
We are the producers.
We have producers.
Next time Kitty comes, we're going to have a charcuterie board.
Wow, you really nailed the pronunciation of that one.
Yeah, it's French.
It is French for cheese on a plate.
It's cured meats.
Oh,
and what's funny is in America, you put everything on it, and it's just like a deli tray.
Well, if you're in Wisconsin, you're going to put cheese on it no matter what.
And that's not what a charcuterie board is in reality. Google it. This one I know. This one I'm confident of.
I like that confidence.
You're welcome. So next time...
I didn't say thank you.
I like your confidence.
You're welcome. You know, we talked about our least favorite songs, or at least the songs that we hear all the time that were like on the radio.
Yeah, just can't do it.
Yeah. But do you have any go-to songs that if they come up on the radio, you're like, crank that thing up. Here we go.
When windows are rolled down by Amos Lee and I'm in the car, I will roll the windows down and crank that and sing at the top of my lungs.
What if the windows are already down? Do you close said windows, you roll them like an old school, because you got an old car.
Yep.
The hand crank.
I do. I crank them up. And then I roll them down when he says it. Yeah, I love that song. Can you do the cover of that?
Windows are rolled down. Oh, wait, are we going to get a copyright strike now? Because I was pretty flawless to his.
Well, that sounded like Amos Lee, like when he's old.
Well, we're looking at the future here. You might be listening to this in 30 years.
That's a great impression of old Amos Lee. What about you? What song do you love hearing on the radio?
So I always really liked Pink Floyd, and that band didn't get played on the radio all that much, other than make classic rock, and that's just a couple songs. But there was one time, and I don't remember which station, that played my all-time favorite song of all time, which is Pink Floyd's Echoes, which is like 18 and a half minutes long. It's the entire side B of the album, Metal. And it's just this incredible piece of music that I love. And it just, at 18 minutes, it's not getting played on the radio. But I've heard it once on the radio, and I don't remember where. And it was fantastic.
You bring up an important point. That's something you're going to hear on local radio. Someone's going to do that on local radio. So while you're listening to this on a podcast, it's still important that you support local radio.
Agreed. And it's one of the really few places that you can hear local music. I remember the first time I ever got played on the radio, and that's still a very core memory for me that I will never forget.
So as soon as you finish this episode, switch over to your radio dial and tune in 105.5 Triple M with Jonathan Sutton, who's still getting it done there at Triple M, or our friends at WORT, W-O-R-T, community-sponsored radio. Go check that. Or any of your favorite.
NPR.
Yeah.
Head to the AM stations.
Yeah, we don't care. Just support local radio wherever you are, wherever you're listening to this. Unless you're living in a shack somewhere in the mountains and you don't have a local radio station, then you can stream away.
Or you can get a ham radio and make your own radio station.
I actually saw ham when you said ham radio, like I must be on.
We don't have any snacks for us either, John.
We need a charcuterie board. Stat! Well, thanks to Big Dreamers United for sponsoring. Thanks for you for listening.
Thank for you for listening to
English hard. Go away. Go away now.
Not you.
Yeah. Love y'all. See you. Bye.